Now let's talk about what's been going on in Israel. Their security minister there has said he plans to propose a bill that would permit the mass arrest and deportation of hundreds of Eritrean migrants. Comments follow last weekend's violent clashes on the streets of Tel Aviv between supporters and opponents of the Eritrean government. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the chaotic scenes had crossed a red line and has called for a new plan to remove all of those he described as illegal infiltrators remaining in the country. Salam Kadain is Eritrean and a human rights activist. She's explained what kind of treatment the migrants could face if they are sent back to Eritrea. Essentially, this is now, unfortunately, becoming two very different groups of young people. On the one side, you've got those who are in the embassy, supporting the government and fighting with their counterparts who are opposing the government. So those who are in the embassy with the government doing the biddings for the government will have absolutely no problem. In fact, they're hailed this is heroes by the government because they are supporting it. They may have economic issues. They will definitely not have the kind of work and other opportunities that they would have in Tel Aviv or elsewhere. In the world, however, on the other side are young people who have been opposing the government's policies, particularly with the indefinite national service that they've all been subjected to, including those that are supporting the government. So if they are sent back to Eritrea, they will be persecuted for opposing the government, on top of the already existing lack of every freedom going, including freedom of association, freedom of expression, freedom of religious worship. They will be subjected to the indefinite national service. They would be considered as absconders. They would be considered as traitors to Eritrea. So they will face the highest levels of punishment. Many have disappeared for thinking about leaving Eritrea. These people have not only left Eritrea, but they have also opposed the government quite openly like this. What do you think might happen in this situation in Israel? Benjamin Netanyahu sounds determined to send these hundreds of migrants back to Eritrea. Yeah, but there is a very real risk of reform where these young people would be returned back against international law. These people are legitimate asylum seekers. They are protection law. It's enshrined in international law, so it will be a contravention of international law. Now Israel has got doesn't have a very good record of protecting asylum seekers. Many of them haven't, despite having lived there for many years, haven't got refugee status. They're still technically asylum seekers. Even the language that is used, the illegal infiltrators, is very inflammatory and will make them targets or right-wing people within Israel. Asylum factions everywhere, and so it's very unfortunate situation there in Tel Aviv. Of course, you know this. Violence broke out on Saturday, and yet there's a huge desperate there from Eritrea who have been living there for quite some time and trying to live there peacefully. What do you think caused this unrest on Saturday? What was going on there? Okay, so what was going on there on Saturday is part of what has been going on or is similar to what has been going on elsewhere in the world, in Europe, in the US, and Canada. It is young people who have fled the Eritrean regime, opposing that. But the fact that the Air China regime has managed to infiltrate our refugee communities and is conducting festivals that is dividing communities and playing them against each other, spying on each other, is controlling refugee communities and taunting these young people, castigating them as non-Eritreans, putting their safety at risk and what have you. And so